Welcome back. Just a couple of weeks ago, the Kaukauna Area School District made the decision to eliminate its gymnastics program at the high school starting next year. The program started a petition in hopes the district will reconsider that decision. And new at 6 tonight, Taylor Zebo live in our Fox Valley newsroom after speaking with a coach now fighting for her program. Taylor?
Chris, two girls from Kaukauna's gymnastics team earned their spot to compete in state, which is this coming weekend. And that could be the very last time these girls compete for their school. Kaukauna Gymnastics has been a program for more than 50 years, and this year they achieved the highest score in school history. The program not only competes in the high school level, but also offers winter and summer camps for younger athletes looking to grow in the sport. The assistant coach tells me she is grateful for the support of the community and wishes the district felt the same.
We want kids to do the sport. That is solely what it is. Taking away the one opportunity in Kaukauna without going to a club, because club isn't good for everybody. It's kind of doing a disservice to our children.
The Kaukauna School District sending me a statement that reads, in part, quote, "This decision is based on a multi-year analysis of the program's long-term sustainability. Over time, participation has remained consistently low and has continued to decline. Projected participation indicates that this trend will continue," end quote. Just moments ago, I checked to see how the petition is doing, and they are less than 50 signatures away from reaching their goal of 1,000. Tonight at 10, hear from the athletes themselves about how they feel about the program's elimination. Reporting live in the Fox Valley newsroom, Taylor Zebel, Action 2 News.